Hey, how are you? I want to make this video here for you on how much you will make when you start an insurance agency. It's a very loaded topic, but I'm going to try to clear, concise, straight to the point, and I'm going to give you real numbers, no BS. I'm not going to tell you I made $500,000 in my first year. I didn't make $500,000 in my first year. I made very, very little money, so I'm going to keep it really real for everybody, and specifically for you who you're considering starting up an agency. I'm doing this for you, and I'm not going to lie to you transparently. So let's dive straight into it. The answer to your question, how much will I make my first year and how much will I make starting an insurance agency? The answer is very little in your first couple years if you plan on building something meaningful. There are ways to structure it so that you can actually take home quite a bit of money in your first couple years without, reinvesting. But I believe that if you're trying to build a big, successful agency in the long term, you need to reinvest early on in the first 1 to 2 years. And that requires paying yourself very little money, which I did, I'm still doing, and it's rough. So I believe, there's a few things, you need to reinvest in your paychecks that you would love to see in your bank account. You're going to be paying, reinvesting into lead generation, structural systems, your management system, your CRM for retaining customers, automating and retaining customers, hiring employees, nurturing referral partnerships with realtors, loan officers, etc. So I'm saying this stuff not to discourage anyone, but I want to keep it, real, because you can make a ton of money in the insurance industry if, you learn what to do and you do it firsthand. I get deals that come across my desk that are in the six-figure policy premium range. So I can make, $10, $20, $30,000 at times on just the commission of policies. And those have now come pretty frequently. So just know there is light at the end of the tunnel. In those first couple years, it feels like you're going through hell because it feels like it's going nowhere. But then after a couple years, it really builds up. So let's just dive into it. Real numbers, how much I made my first year. And guys, for the record, I don't really care. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. Like I said, I'm not going to flaunt all this money that I made my first year like I do see other people on YouTube doing in the insurance industry. So I'm not calling you out, but I am calling you out. Don't lie to people. And my hat's off to you. If I'm sure you did hit these crazy numbers, all you people out there flaunting the monies. But it's important to keep it real as well. Don't just try to get people to buy your programs. So when I first launched the agency, I made about $10,000 to $15,000 in sales in my first 2 months. And that's premium. That's not commission, everybody. So that's about $1,500 in commissions in my first 2 months. Oh my gosh. It took me about 3 months to get a real carrier that was competitive and that actually worked for, getting people to buy their products. And this is one of the big struggles in starting an insurance agency. Everybody out there asks me the same question. How am I going to sell without carriers? How do I get an appointment? So luckily, my alliance group that I'm part of, SIAA, helped me a lot in getting access to a couple fantastic carriers that I still write a lot of business through. And we started, generating over, $30,000 in premium a month, roughly, which equates to about, $3,000 in commissions. Still not much for, living in California, especially. It's not easy. So closed out the year about $250,000 in premiums sold in the first year, from the start date that I started the agency to the end of the agent, that same date the next year. So we're now approaching the third year. We're consistently writing about 30 to 50K a month, and that's, with a sales team. Also, it's 3 of us in total and a service account manager. Like I said, we have those occasional 6-figure policies that come across the desk. So those months definitely, obviously, are much, much bigger and push the book of business growing. So here are a few things that I think are very important that I bring up to you, and you should be prepared that you might have to reinvest and start your, investing in an agency. And what I did. So these are things I did. I got myself an office. It was a tiny little office, green wall, super embarrassing, but it looked, at the time, that's what I needed. I purchased a management system. I used EasyLinks. EasyLinks I still use it. It's good. So EasyLinks, sponsor me, please, because I've been shouting you out a lot. I bought a phone system. I used a voice over IP phone. It was like super cheap. I think it was Magic Jack. So I paid like $30 for the whole year, and somehow my clients didn't hang up on me. I got myself a website. I got myself business cards. I got myself logos, graphic design stuff. So I had a marketing and media presence. And I also wrote a ton of realtors and loan officers handwritten cards with $5 gift cards in them, and I mailed them to them. And I did that to over 500, I think like 500 or more. And that cost me like $2,500, obviously, 5 times 500. And then I hired somebody within the first 6 to 8 months. I believe hiring early is important. So I honestly didn't spend that much. I kept my overhead really low. And I'll be honest with you, my overhead is now much, much more because of payroll and stuff, but I keep my expenses fairly low as far as marketing. My marketing all is just referral partnerships, nurturing the referral partnerships, networking that I've done, and now we're doing more outbound stuff, so it's good. But a big portion has come through, this world of the pandemic. Half my year, time in business has been through the pandemic, so lots of stuff changed. But really, I just wanted to point out those things, and I wanted to say to you guys, it's not easy. There were some times where, you have to be willing to stay in the office till 7, 8, 9 p.m. And I'll tell you right now, it's 8 p.m. What time is it? 7 or 8 p.m. And it's a Wednesday, and I'm still here, and I push through. Like I'll be honest with you, I really want to go on a run right now, and I want to go to the gym so that I can get my mind right and get all that, which I'm gonna still do. And that helps me kind of get my life on track. But I'm willing to stay here and make this video because I want to help. This is really, and I'll tell you why I do this. I do this because I know there's one person out there that's like 20, 21, 22, 23, and they're like, I kind of want to start an insurance agency. I have some experience. I think I want to be an entrepreneur, and they get that itch, but they just don't know where to start, and they have no idea. And this is right here is to bypass all the shit that I went through, and so that you can just bypass and like I said, it's not easy. There's times, if it was easy, I would tell you. I would tell you straight up. It sucks. It's 3 years in. I'm still, grinding. There's days where I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. So don't kill yourself either. Like, push through and go hard, but don't kill yourself either. Sometimes you have 1 or 2 heart attacks, but if you have 3 or 4 or 5, maybe you close the bigger deals. So I'm just kidding. Don't do anything like that. Don't push yourself too hard where you're gonna have heart attacks. But like I said, I want to help. If there's somebody out there that gets some value from this, I hope you do push through, and I will see you at the top. I know it. I'm a big believer in see you at the top. Shout out to this book. It's by Zig Ziglar, given to me by my first agent that I worked for at Farmers Insurance, and shout out to Wayne. So thank you for that. It's a great book. Highly recommend everyone read it, and push through, guys. Be willing to roll the dice a little bit. Go after the big fish. Invest in leads. Buy fancy gifts for potential referral partners. Send them out a gift card with blindly. Do the stuff that other people aren't willing to do. Do a giveaway. And like I said, that's why I'm here right now. I'm willing to do and push through longer hours and work harder and make a video and just, I have no idea what this will ever do for me or for anybody out there, but hopefully it does. So guys, if you get any value from this, please give me a like. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you can. You don't have to, but if you do, it would be great. And I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully that helped, and I will see you at the top. See you guys. Peace.